Hello everyone and welcome to another video in our series on the ZikoDrive stock motor controller range. My name is Sanket Gore and I'm a product manager here at ZikoDrive. In this video we are just going to take a quick look at our low powered brushless DC motor controller, the ZikoDrive 1, and I'm also going to go through the steps required to set up the controller. Let's take a look. All we need for this setup is our low powered brushless DC motor controller, the ZikoDrive 1. We need a brushless DC motor. We need a power supply capable of delivering 24 volts. We need a UART cable and we need a laptop or a PC. To get started, all we need to do is connect the power supply to the power terminals on the controller and the motor to the motor terminals on the board. If you flip the board, you can see the names of the pins mentioned on the underside of the board. Once we have connected the power supply and the motor, we can connect the UART cable. When connecting the UART cable, keep in mind to connect the correct wire to the correct terminal. The black wire corresponds to ground, the yellow corresponds to transmitter, and the orange corresponds to the receiver. The names of the pins are mentioned on the underside of the board, as always. Once this is done, we can switch on the power supply. And as you can see, as soon as I switch on the power supply, a green LED on the controller turns on, which means that our board is receiving power. Now we can move on to the software and set up the controller through our software ZikoSoft. As soon as you open the software, you'll be presented with a connection window. It'll have two options, controller and port. In the controller, you just need to select the controller that you are using. In this case, we are using the ZikoDrive 1. In the port, the software will mention all the ports available on the computer. The only port with a name in front of it is the port that has our UART cable connected to it. The other ports are labeled as unknown, so we just need to select the correct port, in this case COM4. Then we can press get started. As soon as we press get started, you can see that the software opens. You can see a connection window on top, which is green currently, and it says connected, which means our laptop or a PC is communicating with our controller. There are a few parameters that you need to set in order to get the motor running. You'll find all the information about the parameters in the quick start guide for this controller, which can be downloaded through our website zikodrive.com. Here we are using a 8-pole motor, so we need to set the motor pole pairs to 4. We need to set an RPM. Here I want to run the motor at 500 RPM, so I'll just set the speed at 500. In the advanced setup, there are a few parameters which you need to be aware of. Again, you'll find all the information in our quick start guide. In the live run tab, you'll see a few options like start stop toggle, change direction, read speed, supply voltage and controller temperature. If you just click on the start stop toggle, the motor should start spinning just like this. In order to change the direction of rotation of the motor, all we need to do is click on the change direction and the motor should start spinning in the other direction. You can see the real-time speed of the motor in set speed RPM. You can see the motor phase current. You can see the supply voltage, the current supply voltage, and the temperature of the controller. In order to switch off the motor, just click on start stop toggle again and the motor should stop spinning. And this is how you set up the controller. Thank you.